Hello and welcome to a new episode on Sadhana World Foundation. We have been talking about our experiences from our day-to-day lives. Isn't it very often a point of discussion in various places, at our homes, at various places of work, about targets, about goals? Families want to achieve some goals like buying a house, buying a car, or a student is asked to score certain percentage of marks, certain kind of academic pursuit, or a player who's playing professional sport is always pushed to achieve certain records or certain kind of performance. One could be a doctor. His purpose in life or her purpose in life is to take away suffering of people. So possibly a goal for that doctor is to treat X number of patients every year. We have goals, we have targets that we need to pursue. The question is that how do we pursue these targets? Our seniors tell us at homes, at our families, schools, colleges, universities, at our workplaces, people keep on advising us to commit to a target, to set a stretch goal. The goal must be aspirational. If there are no goals, there is no direction. Our drive is misplaced. We are not moving in the right direction, and so on. We are all told about all these nuggets of wisdom in our modern day education, in our modern day of living. I looked at our ancient texts. This is a problem, this is a challenge, this is an opportunity which humankind has seen, has witnessed for centuries or since time immemorial. So how did people in the past deal with this? In Srimad Bhagavadgita, there is beautiful message that Lord Sri Krishna leaves for the entire human civilization. When Arjun is in the battlefield, he sees a huge number of people around him. He sees all his seniors, all his relatives, all the people that he has tremendous amount of affection, love and respect for are there opposing him, and he is supposed to battle, he is supposed to eliminate all of them. This feeling, this thought is troubling him. He doesn't want to fight the war. He says to his friend, mentor, philosopher, guide, Lord Sri Krishna, that I don't want to fight this battle. What this battle is going to give me, this battle seems to be worthless. But Sri Krishna comes and tells him that you sound to be a very wise person, but your wisdom is filled with ignorance. That means you are not wise. Then Lord Sri Krishna goes on to explain him through 18 chapters, 700 verses, which is a message for the entire human civilization. Right in the beginning of Srimad Bhagavadgita, the second chapter, where Lord Sri Krishna explains what real wisdom is all about. In this chapter, I find solutions given to this process of goal setting. You may be a nurse, you may be a doctor, you may be a student, you may be a cricketer, you may be a chef. Goals are essential, and we need to pursue these goals. And how do we pursue these goals are described in this chapter 2. So very briefly, I will present those 3, 4, 5 ideas which are given in that chapter 2. The first one, Lord Sri Krishna explains Arjun that who you are a warrior. Your duty is to remove the forces in this earth who are not on the right path. There are directions given, there are benchmarks established as to what's right and what's wrong. The people who are on the wrong path need to be eliminated. The duty of the warrior is to eliminate the people who are on the wrong path. You are not supposed to think whether that person is my relative, whether he is my father, he is my mother, he is my guru, or so on and so forth. So the first point he tells us is about Swadharma, which is about one's duty, one's purpose. Like I was saying about a doctor's purpose in life is to treat certain number of patients, certain number of people, and take away their physical suffering. Every year the doctor needs to do more and more. If you are not doing that, Sri Krishna explains to Arjuna that if you are not doing this, then you are incurring sin. If you are lazy, if you are fleeing away from this battlefield, if you are putting your weapon down, that means you are incurring sin. You are not recognizing Swadharma, you are not following the path of duty and not recognizing the purpose for which you are here in this world. So if you are a salesman, you will have targets, you need to stretch your goals, you need to go from 1 year to the year 2 to year 3 to year 4 to create greater impact. Otherwise, you are not following Swadharma. That's the point. Now the second thing that he tells us is about steadfastness, the focus, the determination to achieve those goals. Many times we find that people are not committed to the goals which they set for themselves, or somebody else sets this goal and gives it to them, but they don't accept those goals fully. Then we are not going to achieve those goals. It's felt in our day-to-day lives, as well as Sri Krishna talks about it to Arjuna in that chapter number 2. He talks about perseverance, he talks about steadfastness, he talks about determination. He tells Arjuna that you are a warrior, you must be determined. If you want to excel as a warrior, you must be determined to fulfill your purpose. So that's the second thing. Then the third one, Lord Sri Krishna talks about a concept of equanimity. That means as we move on a path towards fulfilling our purpose, we will face successes, we will face failures. Like an ocean doesn't remain disturbed when there is more water coming into it through the rivers. When there is lot of water, rivers bring lot of water to the ocean. When there is summer season, water evaporates, water goes away, less water comes. The ocean doesn't change its profile, it remains steadfast, it remains calm, it remains equanimous. So we need to train our mind to deal with successes, to deal with failures in such a way that we remain committed to the purpose, to the goal that we have. We will have successes, we will have failures. When there is a failure, we don't have to drop our shoulders, lose our interest. We don't have to move away from the committed path of doing the same activity day after day. Then fourthly, he talks about discipline. He talks about self-control. So it's about a skill. We have to keep on practicing. He talks about the concept of yoga. That means I sharpen my saw all the time. I keep on acquiring higher skills. I keep on becoming better at my craft. If I am a warrior, I become a greater warrior every year. I try to understand new techniques, new methods, new practices by which I become better. I could be a doctor, I could be a nurse, I could be a chef, I could be an electrician, I could be a plumber, I could be a singer, I could be an artist. Each one of us have got a skill that we use at our work to deliver some kind of a result which is linked with the purpose, the duty for which we are here in this world. So this point number 4 is about discipline, is about keeping on doing more and more every time till we become perfect. And the perfection never comes, it's an ongoing journey. And the 5th point he talks about karma yoga. That means I keep doing this without bothering about the results. He talked about the equanimity, where I deal with successes and failures with a balanced mind. And he talks about practicing and pursuing the path of excellence. And finally, he talks about karma yoga. That means remain committed to the path of duty without bothering about the results that comes, without being attached with the results. We don't have to really take too much of credit when I become victorious, and we don't have to really feel miserable when I fail. Victories will come, successes will come, failures will come as well. We need to take both in our stride and move forward. And finally, the sixth one is mindfulness or awareness. That means, as people, we need to be mindful of what we are doing, staying in the present at that moment and doing our best. So, our ancient texts have got wonderful ideas of how to pursue these goals. 6 rules or 6 principles, guidelines which have been given to us. Ladies and gentlemen, my dear children, let's think about these 6 ideas and make them part of our life and really be excellent or superb in the craft that we are committed to. The goals that we set for ourselves must be aspirational, and we must pursue them with a sense of duty, a sense of purpose, steadfastly, with discipline and self-control, remaining detached from the results, with a mind which is balanced, with a head which is balanced on our shoulders. Thank you very much.